It is 77 degrees, clouds scattered across the sky. A beautiful day for the Oak Grove season opener here at Southwest Guilford High School in High Point, as Oak Grove and Southwest Guilford match up for the fourth consecutive time to open up a season. Hello everybody, Zach Linfield with you to kick off the Grizzlies Tailgate Show. So glad to have everybody along as we get you ready for the Grizzlies and the Cowboys. Also excited to debut this new broadcast format for you guys this season. Majority of the schedule live here on YouTube come Friday nights. But coming up on the Grizzlies Tailgate Show, we'll take a glance at the expected starters on both sides of the ball and this new look Oak Grove Grizzlies team, and we'll meet the highlighted names for Southwest Guilford as well. An interesting dynamic for Cowboys head coach Marlon White with a quarterback 1A and 1B to start the year. We'll also hear the pregame thoughts from the coach, Rob Creason, as the Grizzlies prepare for battle against Southwest Guilford to open up this 2024 season. Stick with us. Lineups coming up next on the Oak Grove Audio Network. Counting down to kickoff here in High Point at Southwest Guilford High School. Crowd continues to file in, and the Oak Grove side looking a little more healthy right now than the Cowboys side here in High Point on this beautiful night for North Carolina high school football. The Grizzlies and Cowboys set to duke it out to open up the 2024 season, their fourth consecutive season opening with each other. The Grizzlies have taken the previous three. Here's how the Cowboys line up on offense with the previously promised starting lineups. They list two quarterbacks as the starters tonight, both seniors, Jaden Walden and Christian Johnson. Walden at 5'7", 140 pounds, was taking the majority of the reps in the pregame down in front of us. Jeremiah McCray is the lead tailback. Walden and Johnson also take the lead roles at receiver. They'll be joined by Derek Studevant as the receiving threats. Wesley Oxy will start at tight end. He's a big-bodied number 88 in all black. And Dorian Hall is the H-back in this offense. The Cowboys' offensive line from left to right includes Leroy Walker III, Dawson Clark, Josh Sexton, Cole Campbell, and Juwan Bailey. Defensively for the Cowboys, it's a 3-4, lots of two-way guys for the Southwest Guilford team. Walker III, Clark, and Oxy head the defensive line, also starting offensively. The linebackers behind that group include Robert Orr, Josiah Cheek, Saban Tumsa, and Devin Mason, while Christian Johnson, Jeremiah Clarida, Jalen Farrar, and Emmanuel Mitchell roam the secondary for the Cowboys. Now on the side of Oak Grove on this opening night, sophomore Grayson Treadway makes his varsity debut behind center. The running back position returns just under 2,000 yards between the lead two, Carson Williams and Jaden Barnes. He is switching his number from 24 to 9, so a new digit on the front and back side for Jaden Barnes tonight. Sam Bennett and Anthony Giantasio aim to be the primary pass catchers for Treadway. Daniel Honeycutt expected to start at the tight end position. In the trenches, Case Wilson, Keegan Baker, Chandler Hanna, Ben Bolware, and Peyton Harold line up from left to right. On the defensive side, a lot of holes to fill from last year's group. Jackson Oaks, Kyle Wagner, and Talon Goyette get the nods up front. Daniel Honeycutt and Carson St. Sing joined 2023 Defensive Player of the Year in the conference as a freshman. Bradley Bird, now a sophomore, as the linebacking core. Lathan Pruitt will play the bandit position, essentially a hybrid nickelback. Marquise Harden, Jaden Barnes, and Jaden Bowler will be featured in the defensive backfield. Also important to note, we will hear the thoughts on it from the head coach himself, Rob Creason. Eli Fulcher, the team's new kicker after Aiden Daughtery's graduation, and his commitment to play for the Hokies in Blacksburg for Virginia Tech. When we return, the pregame thoughts from head coach Rob Creason as we inch closer to kickoff in High Point between the Grizzlies and the Cowboys on the Oak Grove Audio Network. The head coach, Rob Creason, joins us on the Grizzlies Tailgate Show. Coach, let's start with the quarterback position, a spot where you're replacing Oak Grove's 2023-2024 Male Athlete of the Year, Connor Creech, with the sophomore Grayson Treadway.
Yeah, Grayson has had a really good camp, really good summer leading up to the fall, and he has done an exceptional job in terms of just getting prepared and being consistent, and we can't be more excited to see kind of what he's going to do tonight.
Grayson included. This is a pretty young roster, 5 sophomores, 35 juniors on the team. How has your staff gotten these youngsters prepared for their debuts on Friday night?
You know, I don't think it's necessarily getting them. I don't think they need to be prepared. I think these kids, are hungry to kind of get a chance, and I think it's more just, dangling that, hey, man, this is Friday night. Let's get ready to go. And these guys are tired of hearing about everybody else and tired of hearing about what's happened in the past. They want to kind of write their own story, and I'm excited to watch them do it. These guys have worked really hard, and I'm excited to watch them go out and perform.
Through all the lead up, now through camp and fall practice, where have you found the strengths of this year's team to be?
I think, obviously up front on both sides, I feel pretty good about our football team. But really, when you look at our team, we've got some guys back that made some really big plays for us. Carson Williams is super dynamic with the ball. Right. Bradley Bird is a solid football player. He's only a sophomore. He was a defensive player in the conference. And then Ben Bulware obviously is back, and he's a big fellow that plays really, really hard. But I think obviously these kids are just relying on their habits, and their habits are winning habits because that's just what they've done, and we just want to continue to do that.
You replace Aiden Dowdery on the special teams unit. Some people still forget there's a third phase of the game, but you bring in Eli Fulcher, who was a stud on the junior varsity team a year ago. That third phase of the game, special teams, has always been solid for you guys. Speak on that.
We take special teams extremely serious here. Eli has done an incredible job. He's worked so hard at his craft, and a lot of times he coaches himself. Coach Williams is here and now, and he's been a really good support for our kicking group, and Eli just wants to be with Aiden here. Eli always had like that measuring stick of what he wanted to be, and now Eli's got to kind of set the tone for the younger guys, and I think he's took that role and he's flourished with it, and I'm excited to see his year.
Coach, game 1, plenty to come. Good luck. Go get him tonight.
I appreciate it. Bear down.
More to come on the Grizzlies Tailgate Show on the Oak Grove Audio Network.
And bring all conversations to a close as we honor the United
Back here at Southwest Guilford High School, the marching Cowboys of Southwest Guilford, they are set to play the national anthem here in High Point. As everyone rises, take a listen to the ambiance of high school football to open up this 2024 season. Heck of a way to get us started here at Southwest Guilford High School. The captains ready to take the field for the coin toss, and when we bring you back, we kick off the 2024 season. Oak Grove, Southwest Guilford, coming up next on the Oak Grove Audio Network. Well, here we go. 280 days since the Grizzlies dropped their round 3 state playoff game at West Henderson. After that day, it was a turn of the page to a new chapter at Oak Grove. A new quarterback, a new set of receivers, and multiple new faces on the defensive side of the football. Can't name a better place to be than right here, right now, Friday night, and two teams looking to start their seasons the right way. Zach Linfield here with you. So glad that everybody's aboard for the Oak Grove 2024 football season. Oak Grove won the toss. They have elected to defer, and Southwest Guilford will get the ball to open this game. The marching Cowboys have formed a tunnel on the left side of the field. Oak Grove with the banner reading "Bear Down." They've broken through it. They're wearing their all-white uniforms, matte black helmets reading "The Grove" in cursive lettering on the left side, and the OG logo on the right. Numbers in the black, outlined in the baby blue. In Southwest Guilford, they will be in their all blacks today with their matte green helmets as they are about to take the field from a blown-up tunnel reading "We Are Southwest." What's expected to be a high-flying offensive matchup between these teams. The clock has hit zeros. We are about set for kickoff as here come the Cowboys of Southwest Guilford to open up this 2024 season. Well, we are about set for the debut of number 19 in white behind center for Oak Grove. Grayson Treadway, 5'11", 165-pound sophomore that can absolutely sling the rock. As 2023-2024 Male Athlete of the Year, Connor Creech, and Quarterback of the Year in the conference. Has graduated, good for him, playing Division III football. But he was the title of that Oak Grove offense this past year, a team that went 11-2, including a Week 1 win at the Den, 49-30 against Southwest Guilford. Zach Linfield here with you. So glad that everybody can be along. This 2024 season set to get underway. They are just waiting on the Southwest Guilford band to exit the field. playing quarterback for Southwest Guilford. He did take the majority of the reps in the pregame. However, on their preseason depth chart, they do list a quarterback 1A and a quarterback 1B. We foreshadowed this in the pregame between Walden and Christian Johnson. Walden much smaller, 5'7", 140. Christian Johnson, 6 foot, 180. Oak Grove has broken the huddle. Southwest Guilford has taken the field, and we are ready to go here in High Point. Kicking off for the Grove, it'll be Eli Fulcher, the 5'10", of Cheek. He will return it left to right across the 20. He goes. He is up to the 23, and then is brought down by the Grizzlies. That's Jaden Barnes on the tackle, and that'll start things for Southwest Guilford here in the first quarter.
Looks like we're moving 23 or 24.
So interesting dynamic here at Southwest Guilford because their chain gang did not show up. So they had to take 3 volunteers out of the crowd to go to the far side of the field and be the chain gang for today. It's 3 youngsters on the far side. So here come the Cowboys on 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line, right hash mark. It is Jaden Walden back in the shotgun. To his left is McCray, the running back. Takes a snap, gives around the right side. It is McCray. He is brought down right away by an angry Oak Grove defense. Carson St. Sing led the tacklers, 5'10", senior. Loss of 2 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 12 for the Cowboys from their own 21-yard line. Just underway here in High Point. 30 seconds deep without a score. Oak Grove hovers over the ball, and here come the Cowboys to the line of scrimmage. They switch to Shia Cheek into the backfield now. That's a Wildcat quarterback. He'll take the direct snap, run it over the left side, and be swallowed up by Talon Goyette. The big 6'7" defensive end shot like a cannon through the Cowboy backfield, wrapped up Cheek and brought him to the ground. Maybe half a yard picked up on the play by the big running back. 3rd down and 12 coming up for Southwest Guilford as the quarterback, Jaden Walden, checks back in, gives a quick call, and here come the Cowboys to the line of scrimmage. Walden lines up in the shotgun, 4-man defensive front for the Grove. To Walden's right is McCray, and set up behind him is Robert Orr Jr., the fullback. Walden calls out the signals he wanted on 3rd and 12. He's got it. He's back. He'll roll out right, looking for a receiver. Throws it into the flat. It's caught by Orr. He is hit and ushered out of bounds. Well done that time by the Grizzlies' defensive front. Lathan Pruitt was able to be there with him stride for stride, run him out of bounds. Not much going on for the Cowboys on their first drive of the game. It's a pickup of a yard. 4th down and 11 coming up for Southwest Guilford. And more than likely, bearing any mistake from Oak Grove, they will put their offense on the field for the first time tonight. Here's the fun part about high school football. The punter, Wesley Oxy, is their tight end. 6'1", 210, and every single bit of it. He is a big dude back there punting the ball away for the Cowboys. Everyone across the front for Oak Grove standing up. There's the snap. Oxy punts it left to right, bounces at the 45. The Cowboys try to jump on top of it, and the ball will be down by Quasier Mitchell. But there is a flag down at the 41-yard line on the right side of the field.
Grizzlies take over on the 42-yard line. Possible flag. Most definite flag.
Here comes the call from the officials. It is a block in the back against Southwest Guilford. I think he pointed the wrong direction. That one's going to go against Oak Grove and move the football back to the 30. So here we go. Oak Grove on their first opportunity of the game. No score, just over 10 minutes to play in the first. 10:08 exactly on the clock. And here comes the sophomore quarterback wearing number 19, Grayson Treadway. Carson Williams lined up behind him in the shotgun. Calls out the signals, 4-man front for Southwest Guilford. Takes a snap over the left side. Carson Williams reverts to his right and is swallowed up by the Cowboy defense, a loss of a yard. Well done by Leroy Walker III. 6'3" defensive end, was one of their leading tacklers a season ago. So after the loss of 1, 2nd down and 11 coming up for Oak Grove. One thing they do like to do is move quickly, and that's what they'll do here on 2nd down and 11. Williams lines up behind Treadway in the gun, who takes the snap. On a give, it is Williams over the right side. He is hit and dropped at the 30-yard line, a pumped-up sideline for Southwest Guilford. Well done by Robert Orr Jr., who will start on both sides of the ball for the Cowboys. It's a pickup of 2, 3rd down and 9 coming up as the clock moves down to 9:20 with no score in the first quarter.
Grizzlies got 3rd and 9.
Grizzlies go straight to the line of scrimmage. They split a receiver wide to the left. That's Sam Bennett. Treadway back in the shotgun. Brings Giantazio in motion. Takes a snap back to throw, but there is a whistle down. And Oak Grove will call timeout before 3rd down and 9.
Timeout called by the Grizzlies.
Good time to tell you today that the Oak Grove Audio Network is proudly sponsored by Mansell Realty, your hometown real estate experts. Whether you're buying, selling, or just looking for advice, Mansell Realty is here to help along the way. Visit us at mansellrealty.com to get started. Go Oak Grove Grizzlies. 9:04 showing on the clock. No score here in High Point between Oak Grove and Southwest Guilford. We'll have to see if Grayson Treadway will make his first varsity pass on 3rd down and 9. So here come the Grizzlies to the line of scrimmage. Some confusion up front for Southwest Guilford. Treadway brings Glenn in motion behind him. Back to throw. Pressure comes. Floats it middle. It is incomplete. He overshot his target on a screen, Carson Williams. Well done in coverage that time by Dawson Clark to read that as a defensive lineman, take a few steps as a back pedal, and to be there covering Williams. It went over the head of both of them. And so a 3 and out on both sides of the ball to start this ball game. 8:59 in the first quarter, no score between Oak Grove and Southwest Guilford. Eli Fulcher deep to punt it away. There it goes. The kick is blocked. Big pressure from Southwest Guilford. It is recovered by the Cowboys. Robert Orr Jr. has got it on the left side. I believe it was Quasier Mitchell that got a hand on the Fulcher punt as the Grizzlies offensive line and the special teams unit, which we heard from Coach Creason in the pregame, a bit faulty to start this one. And the Cowboys are in plus territory at the 31 on their second drive of this ball game.
Tobacco Reds will be providing play-by-play game coverage for all the Cowboys home football games this season. Can't make it to a game? On the road, no worries.
So here come the Cowboy offense now after a 3 and out on their first drive. Christian Johnson, who is quarterback 1B for this team, he does check in. However, he lines up as a wide receiver to the left in what will be a bunch set for the Cowboys. They've got Dorian Hall-L, Wesley Oxy, the tight end, and Johnson split wide to the left in a tight formation. However, the official, the back judge, just threw a flag. It'll be for delay of game. A couple of penalties early in this one.
Looks like delay of game, 25-second clock concluded, 5-yard penalty. As we're 1st and 15.
So 1st and 15 to start drive number 2 after the blocked punt. Walden lines up back in the shotgun. McCrae's to his left. Leans in, takes the snap. On a reverse, it's Johnson around right in. He wants to throw it, lofts it deep. It is incomplete. He wanted to throw it out there to an offensive lineman, Braden Cole, but there's a flag down again back at the 42.
No good. Pass intended to Braden Cole, incomplete. Just threw right over.
This call is going to be holding against Southwest Guilford, so back them up another 10.
Sorry.
Little trickery from Marlon White on drive number 2 for Southwest Guilford. 8:47 to go first quarter, no score between the Grizzlies and the Cowboys here in the season opener. Fourth consecutive year these two teams have met to open the season. Southwest Guilford all-time is 0-3 against the Grizzlies. 49-30 a year ago. In 2022, it was 23-20. And in 2021, it was 26-16.
Try it again.
A late substitution from Southwest Guilford. They only had 10 on the field. 1st and 25 from the Grizzlies' 46. Walden takes a snap on a reverse running around the left side. It is Hall L. He is crumbled up immediately by the Grizzlies' defensive front. That's going to be a loss of a yard. You can name any of the 11 on the defense. Talon Goyette led the way. It'll bring up 2nd down and 26 for the Cowboys.
Hall L on that carry. Looks like a loss of 1. 2nd and quite a few.
Great penetration so far for the Oak Grove defensive front. Led by Daniel Honeycutt on the right side and Talon Goyette on the left. Cowboys break the huddle. Here they come to the line. Just over 8 minutes to go, first quarter. No score between these two teams in the season opener. Jaden Walden back in the shotgun. He's got McCray lined up to his right. A bunch set of receivers wide to the right for Southwest Guilford. He'll take the snap on 2nd and 26, run it to the right, try to leg it out. He is hit and bounced out of bounds, hurdles the bench down in front of us. Another good job by Oak Grove just to push him all the way out to the sideline. Logan Whitlow was there to make the stop.
Pick up a 2.
So back to the line of scrimmage on the first down play. 3rd down and 25 coming up for the Cowboys. Walden gets the call from the sideline, hastily jogs into the huddle. And here comes Southwest Guilford. Long way to go on 3rd and 25 from their own 46. No offensive linemen have touched the ground yet. There it is. Oak Grove shows a 4. And Jaden Bowler deep to return for the Grizzlies. Wesley Oxy on the punt for the 2nd time today.
4th and 17, 18.
3 personal protectors for Southwest. Snap comes off the 40. Oxy's big right-legged punt spirals inside the 5, takes a sideways bounce, and is downed inside the 2. Well done by Wesley Oxy, and that special teams unit for Southwest Guilford continues to impress here in the first quarter, but with 7:31 to go in the first, no score. Oak Grove getting the ball back for the 2nd time today, and a second opportunity for Grayson Treadway to take the field for Oak Grove.
I'm getting word from our spotters. Yes, looks like the 1-yard line. Thank you. Billy Bob throwing in
So the officials down to our right will officially spot it at the 1. Treadway back in the shotgun, takes a low snap, hands off up the middle. It is Williams crawling forward to the 4. So gets the Grizzlies some space away from their own end zone. Robert Orr Jr. made the stop.
2nd and 7.
To bring up 2nd down and 7 for Oak Grove. The Grizzlies go straight to the offensive line, led again by offensive coordinator this year, Jared Wolfus. Treadway calls for the snap, and Southwest Guilford jumped the gun a little bit early. Dawson Clark, tell you what, he just pushed over the center, Chandler Hanna. He just took it and rolled to his backside like a centipede, and that's a 5-yard penalty against the Cowboys. That'll help out the Grizzly offense get out of their own end zone. Southwest Guilford band, the marching Cowboys, just down to our right. We'll hear the real ambiance of high school football tonight. Clock melts past 7 minutes to play in the first. 0-0 score between Oak Grove and Southwest Guilford. Treadway takes a snap, hands off over the right side. It is Williams wrestling forward. He gets close to the line of scrimmage on the 2nd down and 3 play. Might have lost half a yard. Wesley Oxy in there on the stop for Southwest Guilford. We'll call it 3rd and a long 3 here for the Grove. Few carries for Williams now, adding up to just a single yard. 3rd down and 3. What does Jared Wolfus dial up on 3rd and short? 2 running backs in the set. It is Williams and Barnes. Treadway takes a snap, straightaway give. It is Williams. He is wrestled down right away after about a gain of a yard. Check that. He's going to pick up the first down. Odd angle here from the booth. The clock moves now just below 6 minutes to go in the first quarter without a score. And the first down of the game is credited to Oak Grove.
First and 10 for
The Grizzlies slow it down for just a moment to get the call from Jared Rolfus in the sideline. Treadway lines up back in the shotgun, claps his hands, takes a snap, rolls out left, wants to throw, throws it into the flat. It is Jaden Barnes, but he is taken down right away. Well read by middle linebacker Saban Toomsa. That's the captain and the Mike linebacker of the Southwest Guilford defense. It's a loss of a yard, second down and 11 coming up for Oak Grove. They'll spot the ball at the 10-yard line. The Cowboys have gotten pretty good pressure so far in the face of the sophomore quarterback, as the Grizzlies move right to left across this grass field at Southwest Guilford. Treadway calls out the signals. There's a snap. He's going to hand it off to Williams, running right side, being chased and taken down. I'll tell you what, that defensive front for Southwest Guilford is doing a heck of a job getting a read on Carson Williams. That's a pickup of about a yard and a half.
1 yard gain, back to the line.
Williams tackled by Orr Jr. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Grizzlies as they go straight to the line. Ball set up at the 11. They need the 21. Treadway claps his hands, and another flag coming. It'll be against Southwest Guilford for encroachment. 4 first-quarter penalties so far for Southwest Guilford. A hold, 2 encroachment penalties, and a block in the back have ailed this team. Now it's 3rd and 5 from the Oak Grove 16. Treadway with Williams set up behind him. Claps his hands, does not get the snap. Does a check with me to the sideline, and Jared Rolfus will give him a new play call. Treadway barks out the signals. 4:10 to go, first quarter, no score. Treadway calls for it. He's got it. He's back. He looks, throws middle. It is caught wide open. Receiver in the middle of the defense. Damon Johnson across the 40 and up to the 44-yard line. Grayson Treadway went to read 1, 2, finally 3, and came down with it to Damon Johnson, who was wide open, sitting in a window in the Cowboys secondary. Big pickup for Oak Grove. Good for 30 yards and an Oak Grove first down.
And we have a small injury.
Southwest Guilford's got a man down in their secondary on his backside 45-yard line to our left. That's their starting safety, Jeremiah Clarida. So big pickup on 3rd and 5 from Grayson Treadway to Damon Johnson, his first catch of this 2024 season.
Offers convenient same or next day care by expert physicians. We offer a local orthopedic urgent care as well as Saturday hours. To learn
So
more,
Treadway now 1 for 3.
Sports medicine, or call 336.
Clarida has helped back up to his feet,
716.
plops that helmet back on his head, and will gingerly walk back towards the sideline. Scoreless game, 3:57 to go first quarter.
Special thanks to Philip Pierce.
Tonight's game on the Oak Grove Audio Network is presented by Grind Daily Coffee. Come on down to Grind Daily Coffee in Midway for 10% off your order. When you mention this ad or tell them Zach sent you, everything from smoothies to espresso, Grind Daily Coffee has got you covered. Clock moves below 4 minutes to play first quarter. 0-0 ball game, season opener for Oak Grove and Southwest Guilford. Treadway back in the shotgun off the 45 on 1st and 10. Hands off up the middle. Nope, he keeps it around right end. There goes Treadway to the 40. Treadway's at the 35. Darts across the 30. Inside the 20. And is finally shoved out of bounds at the 15. Grayson Treadway had everybody mixed up on the defensive side and inside the booth. Big pickup for the sophomores. Oak Grove moves into Cowboy territory. And a big run for the sophomore quarterback. Here come the Grizzlies offense. Treadway moves Williams from his right to his left. On 1st and 10, he takes a snap, throws left. It is caught Williams at the 15, darts inside the 10, takes a sidestep inside the 5 and is taken down at the 4-yard line, which is just shy of a first down. They need the 3, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 1. Robert Orr Jr. made the tackle for the Cowboys. The line judge moved the ball back a yard. 2nd down and a long 2 coming up here for the Grizzlies. Cam Kennedy goes out. Sam Bennett comes in. Do they stick with the power run to Carson Williams? 20 touchdowns on the ground a year ago for Williams. And Southwest Guilford is going to burn their first timeout here in the first half. No score, 2:37 to go. It'll be 2nd down and 2 from the Southwest Guilford 4 when the Grizzlies offense retakes the field. Good-sized crowd on both ends of the field. Oak Grove across the gridiron. Southwest Guilford's faithful down in front of us. Cheerleaders doing a wonderful job on both sides. The Southwest Guilford band is here. The Oak Grove band expected to see for the first time in week 3 when the Grizzlies open the season at Oak Grove High School. A couple of big losses on the offensive side of the football for Oak Grove, including the quarterback Connor Creech. But if Grayson Treadway can run the ball anything like Connor was able to do a year ago, these Grizzlies will be just all right in 2024. He just showed the leg power on that long 30-plus yard run across the field right to left. 2nd down and 2 from the Cowboy 4. Williams lines up behind Treadway, takes the snap, rolls out right. Now want to give it to Williams up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Oak Grove. The first of the season after a 20-score year for Carson Williams. He's got his first in 2024.
And it's a touchdown for the Grizzlies.
.229 on the clock in the first quarter, and Oak Grove scratches the scoreboard first. And the special teams unit that saw a punt blocked earlier in the first quarter will send Eli Fulcher on for the point after to make it 7-0 here in the first. Fulcher ready to try and make it 7-0. There's a snap, good hold from Bull, or kick is up, and it is good. And Oak Grove has taken a 7-0 lead. 2:29 to go in the first quarter. Quickly step aside and bring you back in just a moment on the Oak Grove Audio Network. .229 to play first quarter. Oak Grove 7, Southwest Guilford 0 after Carson Williams punches in his first rushing score of the year. 1,494 yards on the ground a year ago. 20 touchdowns on the ground. He secured his first here in 2024. Eli Fulcher sets the ball up at the 40-yard line, deep to return for Southwest Guilford, Josiah Cheek and Derek Studevant. Kick goes right to left, bounces in the end zone. That'll be a touchback, and Southwest Guilford will take the field on offense for the 3rd time tonight. The Oak Grove defense has simply been suffocating for this Cowboy O. They've been unable to do really much of anything. The only play that's looked promising was the trick play that likely would have gone for a touchdown to Braden Cole. However, there was a holding penalty.
Go to www.gofan.co.
They brought in quarterback 1A and 1B on a reverse. Christian Johnson lofted it down the field to an offensive lineman, Braden Cole. However, it was called back for a holding penalty. So Southwest Guilford sets up 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Walden takes a snap. Offense just didn't look ready. Gives over the right side to McCray. He is swallowed up, brought down. right around the line of scrimmage. We'll call it no gain on the play. Bradley Bird, his first tackle of the season. 151 of them in 2023. And yeah, that'll earn you Conference Player of the Year honors on the defensive side of the football as a freshman. Still looking for that first sack. 2 interceptions a year ago for Bird as well. He wears 40 in white. Second down and 10 clock, under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Oak Grove 7, Southwest Guilford nothing. Walden lines up in the shotgun, calls out for it. He gives over the left side to Orr, tries to find a seam. Talon Goy yet makes first contact, lost his helmet, and is brought down by a group of Grizzlies up at the 23-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 3 on the play. 3rd and 7 coming up for the Cowboys. So that'll send Orr off the field on 3rd and 7. And again, it's a daunting task at this point for Jaden Walden to try to throw the ball down the field. We just haven't seen it. And even in warm-ups, he did not look perfect throwing the ball. So instead of Robert Orr Jr., they check in Xavier Smith, 5'9", 215, a big bowling ball of a running back set up behind Walden. McCray is to his left. Walden takes a snap on an end around. Walden rolls out left, sets up the throw. It is incomplete left side, intended for Oxy. Overthrew it into the Grizzlies bench.
We got about 4th and 7.
Coverage out there from Jackson Oaks. It'll bring up 4th down and 7 with the clock halting at 56 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Big story of the game so far through this first quarter, the penalties, Shirley against Southwest Guilford. They've got 4 of them to Oak Grove's 1. And the long run for the sophomore quarterback, Grayson Treadway, to the right side of the field, and he just darted down the right sideline in front of his teammates. Oxy takes a snap, punts it off the 23-yard line. It'll fall into the hands of Jaden Bowler at about the 46. And that's where Oak Grove will set up on 1st and 10. Moving right to left, looking to go up 2 possessions for the first time in this football game. So here comes Treadway and the Grizzlies offense. So much production to replace from Connor Creech. You'll hear about it quite often early on in the season. Treadway lines up in the shotgun, a 3-man defensive front shown from the Cowboys. Treadway fakes to give left, rolls out to his left, throws. It is caught. That is Cromer across the 45 and down to the 38-yard line before he's finally taken out of bounds right here in front of a bunch of Cowboys on the sideline. So Treadway evaded pressure in the backfield from a blitzing defensive end, Oxy, and rolled out to his left. Little sidearm sling to find his intended target, Cromer. And that's the first catch for Jackson in 2024. Grizzlies go straight to the line per usual. They shift 2 from the left to the right. Treadway leans in, takes the snap. Hand off to Williams over the right side. Cuts across the 35. He's got space to the 20. There goes Williams, 15, 10, to the corner. Touchdown, Oak Grove. He found a seam and he hit it. Carson Williams in back-to-back drives. This one a long burst from 38 yards out with 17 seconds to go in the first quarter. Oak Grove makes it 13-0.
Hey, announcer guy, where do I find the home dates and times for all of Southwest Athletics? Well, question guy, the announcer has an answer for
The
you.
Cowboys do have an injured defensive back in the back corner of the end zone on the far side of the field. That's Christian Johnson, quarterback 1B we've been talking about all night.
Does it have an app? Oh, yes, it does.
So back-to-back carries for Carson Williams, resulting in touchdowns here in the first quarter. After his first 4 went for -1, 2, 0, 3. Now runs of 4 and 38 yards back-to-back. Both result in 6. And Oak Grove takes a 2-possession lead in the first quarter.
Download our schools today on your phone now.
The issue for Southwest Guilford, they have had no answer on offense. They started with the ball, weren't able to muster anything. They are without a first down in the first quarter. With 17 seconds to go in quarter number one, Eli Fulcher sets up for the extra point. Ricky Bell will set up to hold. And to snap for the extra point is Drew Vanoy. Good snap, spot down. Kick is up from Fulcher, and it is good. And Oak Grove makes it 14-0 here in the first quarter. A couple of explosive runs from Grayson Treadway, and Carson Williams has made it 14-0.
Special thanks to Kevin Conley with Fox.
We've chatted about the losses that Oak Grove has had over the year.
And of course, our good
You replace your QB1 Connor Creech, 1,417 yards passing, which was good for second in the conference, 15 touchdowns, which was good for first, but also on the ground, 777 yards rushing, 18 touchdowns. Receivers Jake Smith and Peyton Parker. However, you bring back two running backs, Carson Williams and Jaden Barnes, you're going to be just all right on the ground. And if Grayson Treadway is able to be even a sliver of what Connor Creech was as a senior, this Oak Grove team is set for another deep playoff run with the defense that they have. And especially if they play the way they have on the first three drives of this ball game, has been pretty darn good. Fulcher's got it set up at the 40-yard line. Puts his left hand in the air, runs up to it. Kick goes right to left. It'll sail over the head of the Cowboys return man, Derek Studevant, and the Cowboys will take over the 20-yard line, moving from left to right. Likely just one play here in the first quarter before it wraps up. 17 seconds, 14-0 Oak Grove on back-to-back touchdown carries from Carson Williams. The Oak Grove defense on the field awaits the Cowboys to take it. Still looking for the first down of the ball game. Now without Christian Johnson, who is laying on his backside on the bench right down in front of the broadcast booth. Cheeks lines up as the quarterback in the shotgun. He takes the direct snap, runs right up the middle. He's got some space across the 25 and up to the 29-yard line. That's the biggest play so far tonight for Southwest Guilford.
Josiah Cheek on that carry. Guys, that was a good one. 9-yard collect. Ding, ding.
The mark will be at the 29. It'll be second down and 1 coming up for the Cowboys. Cramp starting to come into play for both sides. Jackson Oakes sits down and then gingerly walks off the field to the far side to meet head coach Rob Creason. Replaced in there by Blake Stockstill. Kyle Wagner in there, Talon Goyette, and Daniel Honeycutt as the defensive line. But after Oakes runs off the field, the clock milks down, and we have reached the end of the first quarter. The score, Oak Grove 14, Southwest Guilford nothing. Two big runs from Carson Williams and one long run from the new face of the offense, Grayson Treadway. 14-0 Oak Grove. More to come on the Oak Grove Audio Network.
Something because you love them. Edible arrangements, delicious and beautiful.
Done with 14-0 Oak Grove. Carson Williams, 2 rushing touchdowns as Southwest Guilford aiming for their first down of the game. 12 minutes in after a 9-yard carry for Josiah Cheek. Second down and 1 coming up for the Cowboys from their own 29-yard line. So they go back into the Wildcat. Cheek with pink gloves on his left and right hands. With Jeremiah McCray to his right. So that's the two lead backs for Southwest Guilford. Cheeks takes the snap. It is bounced up into the air on the ground. Did he get it back, though? It looks like he did. Bradley Bird shot into the backfield and took him down. That's a big loss on the play. Cheek wanted to take the snap, and it bounced into his hands, off his face mask, and behind him. That's going to be a loss of 8 yards on the play. 3rd and 9 coming up for the Cowboys from their own 21. They have not shown an ability to throw the ball tonight, almost at all. So Jaden Walden steps back into the quarterbacking spot in the Southwest Guilford backfield. They split one man wide to the right, Dorian Hall L. Walden takes the snap on an end around, gives to McCray up the middle. He's not going anywhere. Bradley Bird in there. Well done by the Grizzly defensive front. Daniel Honeycutt in there as well. It's a loss of a yard, 4th and 10. Southwest Guilford now 13 minutes into this ball game, still without a first down after a pickup of 9 on their first snap of this series. So the Grizzlies send Cam Kennedy and Jaden Bowler back deep to return. Wesley Oxy will punt it. Good snap to his chest off the 21-yard line. This ball spins up into the air. Kennedy calls for a fair catch at the 49-yard line. Takes a sprint forward. There's been no whistle so far. Kennedy is wrestled out of bounds. Southwest Guilford is saying, hey, he called for a fair catch, and now the officials, they're going to converge here. The back judge said no, he didn't see anything. So from the 49-yard line, they'll line it up at the 25 or the 24. Check that. That's a 25-yard return for Cam Kennedy after faking out the entire Southwest Guilford special teams unit. So a chance to add on now for Oak Grove in plus territory from the 29-yard line. Treadway back in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the give. He's going to air it out deep right side. He's got a man out there. It is picked off in the end zone by Southwest Guilford. Taken away by Jalen Farrar. Pass was intended for Sam Bennett. He had a step to the sideline. However, Treadway's pass led him inside and right into the waiting hands of the cornerback Jalen Farrar. The junior, 5'10", 165-pounder, takes it away. And Southwest Guilford, maybe a spark of energy that the home team needs here in game one, trailing 14-0. The officials come together again. They'll march the football out. And there's the first mistake of the year for the sophomore quarterback. And I'll tell you what, that's going to happen. These growing pains for Grayson Treadway. The officials have thrown a flag and called a late hit against Oak Grove. So that's their second penalty of the ball game. So instead of the 20, it's a 15-yard penalty. An unnecessary roughness penalty, 15 yards, and the Cowboys will advance the ball forward. (14-0) Oak Grove, 10:18 to play in the second quarter. The Cowboys broke the huddle with 12. They'll run a man off. Here come the Cowboy offense from the 35 on 1st and 10. Walden takes a snap, gives left side. It is Quasier Mitchell, the receiver. There's another flag down. It's likely going to be on Oak Grove for another late hit. Mitchell had nothing moving to the left. The flow of the Grizzlies took him over there. They planted him into the ground on the sideline. There are 3 officials huddled together at the 28 near side. Still waiting on that call. Back-to-back plays, back-to-back unnecessary roughness penalties against Oak Grove. Self-inflicted wounds for the Grizzlies moves the ball up to the 43-yard line.
Ball advances up. It's a first down. 1st and 2 for the Cowboys.
Rob Creason on the far side of the field is making sure his voice is heard for this officiating crew, and if you've ever heard it, it's 1st down and 2 for Southwest Guilford. They reset the play clock, just over 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 14-0 Oak Grove, 2 Carson William touchdown runs so far. Josiah Cheek lines up the backfield. Wildcat quarterback on 1st and 2. He takes a snap, runs right. He's bouncing around like a pinball and is finally taken down by Bradley Bird. Maybe picked up half a yard. We'll still call it 2nd down and 2. That Grizzlies offensive front, led by big number 76, Ben Boulware, 6'4", 295. A couple of big power 4 offers this week for Boulware. You see him out there, and I'll tell you what, he sticks out. You come to a game, you'll know exactly who big number 76 is. He will be a menace on the defensive front for Oak Grove the entire season. 2nd down and 2 from the Cowboy 43. Cheek lines up in the shotgun as the Wildcat quarterback again. A low snap, he is hit and brought down. Ball's on the ground, who's got it? Oak Grove says they do, and the Grizzlies do have it. Coming out of the pile is Lathan Pruitt, and Oak Grove with a takeaway after Grayson Treadway throws a pick. The Grizzlies get it right back at the 42-yard line in plus territory, just under 9 minutes to go, already leading 14-0. Center play today from Josh Sexton. The Cowboys center has been subpar. Here come the Grizzlies offense now. Treadway calls out for the snap, doesn't get it, looks left to his sideline. The Grizzlies move from left to right from the 42-yard line in plus territory on 1st and 10. Treadway leans in, he wants it, he's got it. He rolls out left looking for a man downfield, steps up in the pocket. He's going to tuck it, be hit, and be knocked down after a gain of 2.
2-yard pickup for the Grizzlies, maybe 3. And let's say 2.
Couple of different Cowboys in there on the tackle. Saban Toomsa leading the way. He was on a quarterback spy the entire time on Treadway to make sure that the former junior varsity quarterback didn't get loose. And I'll tell you what, he was a good one a year ago for the Grizzlies. 2nd down and 8 from the Cowboy 42. Treadway takes a snap, gives over the left side to Williams, sneaks through a hole. There he goes again, across the 30, down to the 25, darts across the 20, inside the 10, inside the 5. Lost the football, but he was out of bounds first. He is taken down at the 5-yard line on the far side of the field, finally tackled by Christian Johnson, who checked back in from his injury. And the Grizzlies are knocking on the doorstep again with 8:13 to go in the second quarter. Southwest Guilford, Marlon White says, hey, we're going to use a timeout here. This will be their 2nd of the first half. And with the Grizzlies knocking on the doorstep, good time to remind you that the Oak Grove Audio Network is proudly sponsored by Mansell Realty, your hometown real estate experts. Whether you're buying, selling, or just looking for advice, Mansell Realty is here to help along the way. Visit us at mansellrealty.com to get started. Go Oak Grove Grizzlies. Perfect segue talking about being on the doorstep, buying a house. Our guy Dustin at Mansell Realty's got you covered. So for Grayson Treadway, runs of 2 yards, 35 yards, and 2 yards. For Carson Williams, a big pickup there inside the 5, about a run of 23 yards for Williams. Have yet to see a give go to Jaden Barnes, who has been in the game in the backfield almost the entirety of this first half. With Oak Grove working out of this wishbone shotgun set. Anthony Giantasio checks into the game at quarterback. He takes a snap, gives over the right side. It is Williams who is head down towards the end zone. Touchdown, Oak Grove. He is a wrecking ball inside the 5, and Southwest Guilford can't do anything about it. 8:05 to go in the second, and Oak Grove's taking a 20-0 lead. Eli Fulcher on for the extra point. Vinoy will snap it. Ricky Bell will hold. And Fulcher to kick. Snap, spot, kick up, and it is into the woods. Here in Southwest Guilford at High Point. The Grizzlies take a 21-0 lead. Carson Williams, 3 of his last 4 carries have been for pay dirt. Back in just a moment on the Oak Grove Audio Network. Oak Grove, after about 7 minutes of gameplay, turned on the go switch, and they have been foot to the floor on the gas pedal ever since. 21-0. Defense has yet to surrender a single first down today by force or by penalty from the Southwest Guilford offense. Eli Fulcher to kick it away left to right from the 40. Puts toe to leather. The kick will go into the end zone for a touchback as Cheek watches it fly over his head. Here comes the Southwest Guilford offense, led by Jaden Walden, who has been unable to throw a forward pass in this game. Number one, because of the sticky coverage by the Oak Grove defensive backs, but also because that defensive front for the Grizzlies has been absolutely suffocating. Jackson Oaks has done a good job today. Ben Boulware, Talon Goyette, Kyle Wagner, Blake Stockstill's been in there a few times. Of course, Bradley Bird from the linebacker position, shooting through the offensive line like a cannon. 8:05 to play second quarter, 21-0 Oak Grove. 3 touchdown carries from Carson Williams. Walden leads the troops to the line for Southwest Guilford, and they're going to be called for a delay of game penalty here. Their first penalty of the second quarter, but their 5th overall. And Walden, 5'7", 140-pounder. He's a senior. We have yet to see Christian Johnson take a snap behind center, but here come the Cowboys. 1st and 15 from their own 15-yard line. Walden takes a snap, gives over the right side to McCray, trying to spin out of a Grizzly tackle. He's brought down by Bradley Bird. Lost a yard. 2nd and 16 coming up for Southwest Guilford.
Delay game called against the Cowboys. Push them back.
The Cowboys, they're trying to go to the outside, and they're pulling guards right now, are vacating their spot. And the Grizzlies' defensive line has done such a good job of penetrating through the gap left by that guard that they are just chasing down the running backs for Southwest Guilford so far in this first half. 7:30 to go first quarter, 21-0 Grizzlies. Walden back in the shotgun on 2nd down and 16 from their own 14-yard line. Walden leans in, he takes a snap. Same exact give to McCray. He bounces it back to the left. Well done in pursuit that time by the Grizzlies. Lathan Pruitt, he wanted to jet right at McCray. Instead, he shuffled twice to the right and allowed the rest of his defense to come to him. Daniel Honeycutt finished off the tackle. Picked up a yard. It'll bring up 3rd and 15 for the Cowboys from their own 15-yard line. Out of the huddle and to the line comes Southwest Guilford. A tight bunch lined up to the left, essentially 2 wingbacks plus a tight end for the Cowboys in a 3-point position. Christian Johnson lined up wide to the left. Cheek takes the snap out of the Wildcat, runs over the left side, and is taken down by a bunch of different Grizzlies. Gunnar Oaks, the first one in there. Caught a gain of 2 on the play, 4th and 13 for Southwest Guilford. They have now gone 18 minutes in this ball game without a single first down to their name. They've had to call on Wesley Oxy quite a few times in this first half. Cam Kennedy, Jaden Bowler deep to return for Oak Grove. Xavier Smith sets up to snap it back to Oxy. However, Southwest Guilford's got to burn their 3rd time out of this first half. They had 9 guys on the field. And Marlon White, the head coach for Southwest Guilford, he is unhappy with the way that his Cowboys have played. And it's understood they've had 5 penalties. They've had to burn all 3 timeouts because of potential delay of games. All the way down to 1 second on the play clock, Southwest Guilford has gotten. And they've had to burn all 3 of their timeouts. Tonight's game on the Oak Grove Audio Network is presented by Grind Daily Coffee. Come on down to Grind Daily Coffee in Midway for 10% off your order when you mention this ad, or tell them Zach from Oak Grove sent you. Everything from smoothies to espresso, Grind Daily Coffee has got you covered.
Philip Pearsall, State Farm Insurance. Auto insurance, motorcycle insurance.
5:38 to go, second quarter, 21-0 Oak Grove. 3 touchdown carries for their stud running back Carson Williams here in the opener. Looking for their 4th consecutive season opening win against Southwest Guilford. Smith snaps it back. Oxy punts it off his right foot. Spiraling punt down to the 45. Bowler takes it after calling for a fair catch. And the Grizzlies will set up shop from their own 45-yard line. Moving from left to right, we get to see Grayson Treadway again.
Jaden Blair, call for a fair catch.
Check that coming off the sidelines is Anthony Giantasio.
On the 45-yard line.
Naturally, they make one more switch. Grayson Treadway will be the quarterback on this drive for Oak Grove.
Shout out to Philip Pearsall and State Farm Insurance. Guys, I cannot tell you just how cool this Tobacco Road Sports is going to be, not just with the play-by-play.
So here come the Grizzlies, 1st and 10 from the 45. Treadway takes a snap, flips it wide left. It is bobbled, but finally brought in by Sam Bennett. There is a flag down back at the 41. Bennett would have lost about 3 yards on the first down play, but we'll have to check the flag. Triple option that time for the Grizzlies, run wide to the left. Waiting on that call. The call will be face mask against Southwest Guilford. It's penalty number 6 for the Cowboys in half number 1. So 1st and 8, they will call it from the 47-yard line. Treadway takes a snap out of Givitz. Williams sneaking through defenders to midfield and is taken down at the Cowboy 49. Kendall Martin in there on the tackle, the senior linebacker. Second down and 4 coming up for the Grizzlies. 4:50 to go, second quarter, 21-0 Oak Grove. Treadway claps his hands, looks wide to the left side. He's got Jaden Barnes lined up as his running back to his right. Tight end right side is Damon Johnson. They need the Cowboy 45. Treadway walks towards the line with 5 on the play clock. Calls out the signals. He's got it. He's back. He throws right side. It is caught by Barnes. He slips and falls at the 50. He's going to be 5 yards short, and Jaden Barnes comes limping off the field, and he's not going to be able to make it.
Looks like Grizzlies has the injury.
Falls to his backside at the right hash mark at the 48-yard line. And immediately, the center, Chandler Hanna, grabs his leg and says, hey, I'm going to help stretch you out. It is a hot, humid
Hey, look at
night
these athletic trainers from Atrium Health.
here in High Point.
They are the best.
Temperature right now at the same exact number as it started, but wind starting to pick up a little bit maybe to help these guys out, but first game of the year, it's maybe expected to see quite a few cramps in this game. 21-0 is the Oak Grove lead. 4:18 to go in the second quarter. Coming up on halftime, we'll step aside briefly and bring you right back on the Oak Grove Audio Network. Jaden Barnes was able to walk off under his own power. 21-0 Grizzlies, 4:18 to go in the second quarter, as they're staring right down at a 3rd and 5. The head official walking towards the Grizzlies sideline right now after blowing the whistle. Makes his way back. So Treadway lines up in the shotgun. All white uniforms for the Grizzlies, all black uniforms for Southwest Guilford. Treadway leans in on 3rd and 5 from midfield, takes the snap, rolls out to his left. Great protection. Sets up, throws left side. It is caught tiptoeing the sideline. Well done by Sam Bennett at the 40. It's a pickup of 10 yards and a Grizzlies first down. Great work by the sophomore quarterback to get around his left tackle, Case Wilson, and deliver a dart right to the chest of number 11 and pick up a first down. Straight to the line go the Grizzlies. A few substitutions. Carson Williams checks in. Treadway takes the snap, gives to Williams, bounces it right. He's going to get a lead block from Treadway. Picks it up at the 40, the 35 to the 30, splits defender, stays on his feet at the 25, and is finally knocked out of bounds by a few different Cowboys at the 24.
Carson Williams on that
Chendo
carry.
Martin, the one to finally shove him out. It'll be an Oak Grove first down as we move below 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. 21-0 Oak Grove. To the line go the Grizzlies from the Cowboy 23 on 1st and 10. Treadway calls out 40, takes the snap, rolls out to the left, sets up, throws it deep, got a man out there. It is caught. Touchdown, Oak Grove. Sam Bennett from Grayson Treadway from 23 yards out to make it 27-0 with 3:41 to play in the second quarter. A simple stutter and go from Sam Bennett and an absolute delivery to the chest from Grayson Treadway. The sophomore quarterback's got his first passing touchdown at the varsity level, and Oak Grove has started to blow the doors open here in the first half. Eli Fulcher is on for the extra point. Drew Vanoy will snap it. Ricky Bell to hold. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. Finding the trees again. The score 28-0. Oak Grove with 3:41 to go in this second quarter. the Grizzlies have just put on a clinic defensively tonight. And after a slow first few drives offensively, they have really found their rhythm. And I'll tell you what, Grayson Treadway has started to just look comfortable at the quarterback position. It's only taken him, at this point in the game, 20 minutes to find his stride as the Oak Grove quarterback. So a 28-yard pitch and catch from Grayson Treadway to Sam Bennett leads to a 28-0 lead. Eli Fulcher from left to right will kick it away. Cheek is back to try and return it. He will take it in the end zone, and that'll go for a touchback. With 3:41 to play here in the second quarter, 28-0 is the spread favoring Oak Grove. They have been dominant in the season openers against Southwest Guilford. 49-30 winners last year at the Den. 23-20 back in 2022, 26-16 in 2021. So the Cowboys, at the expense of getting blown out, they've got to figure out some kind of offense. Jaden Walden back in the shotgun, takes a low snap on first down, hands off up the middle. That is Orr Jr. reaching forward. He lost the football, but he was down before he did at the 25, pick up a 5. Talon Goyette in there on the tackle. Big 6'7" defensive end for Oak Grove. So they'll call it 2nd down and 6 from the 24. Walden back in the gun. He takes a snap, direct one. He'll run it to his right, being chased and being taken down after first contact, brought down finally. That's just a good job by the Oak Grove defensive backfield. Marquise Harden was the one to leg it out and force him back to the inside. And Bradley Bird and company was able to follow him up and finish off the tackle. Loss of 2, 3rd and 8 coming up for the Cowboys from their own 22-yard line. A couple of offensive lineman substitutions for Southwest Guilford. Braden Cole comes out, Dwan Bailey goes in. 3rd and 8 from the Cowboy 22-yard line. 2:15 to go second quarter, 28-0 Oak Grove. Walden takes a snap, running to his left on a sweep. He's got a few men out there as blockers. He's across the 30, close to a first down, and I think he's going to have it. That'll be the first down of the game for the Cowboys. He was tracked down by Jaden Bowler up to the 32, and that will be enough for Southwest Guilford. 22 minutes deep into this ball game, they've got their first down in what is right now a Grizzly rout, 28-0. Cowboys go straight to the line. 1:45 and melting away here in the first quarter. Walden back in the shotgun, hands out in front of him. Takes a snap, direct run up the middle. He is hit and dropped right away. Nice, impressive tackle by Daniel Honeycutt. And now we've got a bit of a scrum at the 35. Started by Southwest Guilford's Dawson Clark. It looked like Hunter Lewis was the one in there for Oak Grove. Rob Creason giving him a piece of his mind. So Lewis comes off the field. Carson Saintsing in there at linebacker. Dylan Anderson checks in off the sideline. The flag, though, will be against Dawson Clark. And the rock will be moved all the way back to the 17. Got our first unsportsmanlike conduct of this football game. 7th penalty of this first half against Southwest Guilford. 89 seconds and stopped in the second quarter remaining, 28-0 Oak Grove. So 2nd down and 22 is the official mark for Southwest Guilford. Walden back in the shotgun, got a man in motion, it's Hall-El. He flips it out to the left. That is Robert Orr Jr. taking it into a group of Grizzlies before he's ushered out of bounds. Lathan Pruitt made the tackle for the Grizzlies.
The Cowboys, we imagine unsportsmanlike conduct. It was 2nd and forever.
Gain of 4, so 3rd down and still very long coming up. We'll call it 18 for the Cowboys as this first half continues to dwindle down. Oak Grove gets set up defensively. Hall-El in motion from left to right. Ball snapped on the ground. Where is it? Who's got it? Oak Grove signals that they do. Another bad snap from Sexton. The officials come out of there saying, yeah, Oak Grove does have it. Another turnover for the Cowboys. Jonathan Campusano was on top of it for Oak Grove at the bottom of the pile. And with 57.5 seconds to play in the first half, Oak Grove's got a chance to make it 35-0. They lead it by 28.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be reminded that all Guilford County school campuses are now tobacco-free. And tobacco-free for quite a few years now. So
Oak Grove has used their second timeout of this first half. They'll have one left.
RGR Reynolds and Winston-Salem. Game time is 7 p.m. at D2.
The recovery came at the 24-yard line by Campusano.
You would already know that.
So who will the Grizzlies trot out at quarterback? Will they give Anthony Giantasio some action here in the first half? Or will it still be Grayson Treadway? Rob Creason did say it was a tight battle through camp and through fall practice leading up to game 1 here in High Point.
Less than a minute left.
That it wasn't just Treadway and Giantasio. There were multiple other names in the running to start at quarterback, but as of right now, here in week 1, yeah, his offensive line has certainly helped out, surging forward, and having Carson Williams in the backfield is never a bad thing to help out your offense either. But Grayson Treadway has fit the bill for the Grizzlies offensively. So here come the Grizzlies from the 24-yard line on first down. Treadway takes a snap, rolls out, middle throw. It is incomplete, intended for Bennett. He was running wide open in the Cowboys secondary. However, Treadway was a little off kilt when he threw it.
Tonight's game. Once you come in, we welcome you to stay for the entire game and support these outstanding young people. Should you need to leave, even as far as the parking lot, please be advised that an additional ticket.
28-0 Oak Grove. 52 seconds to play in the first half. Second down and 10 coming up for the Grizzlies. You've got Eli Fulcher in your back pocket if you're looking at just 3, but of course you want 6 to send these guys to the tunnel. They split 2 receivers wide to the left. That's Bennett and Kennedy. Treadway calls out 40, takes a snap, he's back, rolling out left, throws to the boundary. It is incomplete through the hands of Kennedy. Bit of a low throw by Treadway. So we've seen the righty roll out to his left a number of times now. Haven't quite seen him roll out to his right as much. However, that throw was off target. You'd like Kennedy, that is, to come down with it.
And school begins. If your backpack is in order, your mom has your clothes laid out.
47 seconds to play, but a third down and 10 for Oak Grove.
You will need every advantage you can grab.
The Grizzlies will get the ball to start the second half as well. They've shut out the Cowboys thus far in the first half. Treadway with 6 on the play clock. He's got to go on third down and 10 from the Cowboy 24. Calls for the snap. There it is. Snap to his chest. In the pocket. Rolls out to his right. Treadway looking for somewhere to go. Dumps it off to the right side. It is caught by Glenn at the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. So the clock will run. However, Oak Grove does have 1 timeout left. They might use it. Now the officials march the ball back to the 20. So that'll bring up 4th down and 6 for the Grizzlies. Eli Fulcher and company on the sideline look ready to go. Clock rolls down to 10 seconds. Oak Grove's got their timeout. Rob Creason standing right next to the official says, I'll use it now. And the time to use it is at 4.9 seconds.
Oak Grove calls a timeout.
And for the first time in his varsity career, it'll be Eli Fulcher to attempt a field goal.
The new home for all the Cowboy and Cowgirl sports information. Now featuring a downloadable 2024-25 calendar with all the coaches of the range. That's right. All the coaches in all their glory, including my #1 coach friend right here, Coach Reed Holmes. Baseball never looked so good, Coach.
With just under 5 seconds to go in the first half, Eli Fulcher and the Grizzlies are lined up for the field goal attempt. Southwest Guilford taking the entire timeout period to get themselves ready for the one snap. Drew Vinoy will snap it. Ricky Bell will hold off the right hash mark. 37-yard try in the first one in his varsity career for Eli Fulcher. Snap a little bit high, hold down. Kick is on the way, and it is good. Eli Fulcher sticks it
3
through.
points more to Oak Grove's credit.
And that brings the clock down to zeros. There is a late flag.
31-0 with less than a minute left. Oh, look, it's almost that time. I think we're going to get
And it's a
one
personal
more
foul
play.
against Southwest Guilford, which will be declined by Oak Grove. That's the 8th penalty on the Cowboys.
Correction, there's a penalty.
And the Grizzlies have, in fact, elected to defer that, or decline that penalty, that is, and take a 31-0 lead into halftime here in High Point. So a sputtering start for Oak Grove turns into absolute acceleration. Rob Creason still out there on the field having a conversation with the officials. But as of right now, it does look like a 31-0 Oak Grove lead heading into halftime. 12 minutes on the clock when we will be back. After a heck of a start for Oak Grove, we will go silent for the entirety of halftime. Get yourself some water, some kind of snack, and settle back in for the second half. It is a good time to remind you that the Oak Grove Audio Network is still taking applications for sponsorship throughout the rest of the season and the 9 games and most of these covered broadcasted games to help the network cover for as many expenses as they possibly can. However, we do appreciate you being along. Zach Linfield saying goodbye for halftime, a 31-0 lead for Oak Grove at halftime on the Oak Grove Audio Network. Halftime about to expire here at Southwest Guilford High School in High Point. The score, Oak Grove 31 and Southwest Guilford nothing. What a first half it was for Oak Grove. Let's recap it quickly. It got off to a bit of a sputtering start offensively. The defense, however, absolutely suffocating against the Cowboys offense. Unable to get anything going. 1 first down the entire first half. A big story of this game featuring new quarterbacks. Jaden Walden, the first for Southwest Guilford, and secondly, Christian Johnson. Johnson, however, just one throw. Walden has been unable to do anything downfield. And maybe it has a little something to do with he's 5'7", and this Oak Grove defensive line is so tall. They get as tall as 6'7" when it comes to talent going in. So really this offense for Southwest Guilford, unable to muster anything through 24 minutes of play, has been their biggest issue so far. But when we get to the scoring, Carson Williams, his first 4 carries all went for less than 3 yards. -1, 2, 0, and then 3. His 5th carry, however, went for 4, but it was for a touchdown. His 5th carry for 38 and a touchdown. His 6th carry for 23, not a score, but however, right thereafter, 5 yards and a touchdown. And then it was 38 yards from Grayson Treadway to Sam Bennett through the air. First varsity touchdown for Grayson Treadway through the air. And then as the clock expired in the first half, Eli Fulcher, his first varsity kick, 37 yards to make it 31-0. We are 90 seconds away from play in the second half. Oak Grove looking to make their way back home, happy and with their first win in their back pocket. Second half coming up next on the Oak Grove Audio Network.
Marvelous marching Cowboys. Here, let's try this one more time.
Through one half, 31-0. Oak Grove leading the way after 24 minutes of play here in High Point. Southwest Guilford High School, 4th consecutive year that these two teams have met to open the season. Oak Grove has won all 3 thus far, aiming for a 4th consecutive. 19-point win a year ago, 3-point win 2 years ago, and finally 3 years ago it was a 10-point win, 26-16. The Grove coming off an 11-2 season. NCHSAA 3rd-round playoff bid. As Southwest Guilford will kick it from right to left. It'll go into the hands of Jaden Bowler. He'll return it across the 25. He's got a crease to the 30 and is taken out of bounds around the 35-yard line.
Jaden Glenn on that
taken
carry.
out by Studevant for the Cowboys.
Looks like that ball is going all the way up to the 36.
So they will mark it at the 36. And that's where Oak Grove and Grayson Treadway will lead off the second half. We have had a number of interesting things happen early in this game. And it started with the fact that Southwest Guilford did not have a scheduled chain gang, so there are 3 people from the crowd working the chains right now. from the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 for Oak Grove. On a screen to the left side, Bennett makes a catch, splits defenders. There he goes, 45 to the 50, across midfield, 40. He's off to the races. Flames burning out from under his shoes across the 10. Touchdown, Oak Grove. One play all the way down the field, 64 yards from Grayson Treadway to Sam Bennett. 37-0 Oak Grove. Once Bennett split defenders, he was gone down the left sideline. Grayson Treadway with his 2nd passing touchdown of the night. This one's good for 64, but I'll tell you what, Sam Bennett had to do most of the work. Vinoy to snap, Ricky Bell to hold. The kick is up and through, hooked through to the left, or pardon, it is no good. It looked like it split the upright just to the left side. However, no good. Apologies. And the score will stick 37-0. Touchdown receptions for Sam Bennett of 38 yards and 64 yards in week 1 of the season. Southwest Guilford flashed a single high safety in man coverage out to the left. And all it took was a block from Jackson Cromer. And Bennett got loose after slipping just one tackle. All he had to beat was one man and then outrun the safety to the boundary, and he did just that. And no one was touching him. Carson Williams was running right by his side like, hey, man, give me a high five on my way to the promised land.
And of course, your favorite agent, Philip Pearsall of State Farm Insurance.
So Carson Williams, 3 scores on the ground. Bennett, 2 scores through the air. Eli Fulcher sets the ball up. At the 40-yard line, he will kick from left to right across the turf here at Southwest Guilford. There's the run up and the kick. It will land in the end zone for a touchback 1 yard deep. Josiah Cheek wanted to take it out, but the rule here is that, hey, if you catch the ball in the end zone, it is still a touchback. 37-0 Oak Grove, just 22 seconds into the second half. A long strike on a screen pass from Grayson Treadway to Sam Bennett. So here come the Cowboys offense on 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Orr Jr. lined up as the running back behind Walden, who takes the snap, gives to the right side to McCray. And a group of Grizzlies are there to break him down after a loss of a yard. So the Grizzly defensive front breaks into the backfield, makes a nice tackle. That's Jackson Oakes, who went down earlier with a bit of a cramp. Split right through the offensive line for the Cowboys, made a nice tackle. So 2nd down and 11 from the 19. Walden calls out for it. Takes the snap. There's the give. Up the middle. It is Orr. Hit and dropped in the backfield. Another loss. This time it is Honeycutt making the stop. Loss of a yard will make it 3rd down and 12 from the 18.
Loss of 2, 3rd and 12.
The Oak Grove defense has stood tall, and they have not budged an inch the entire night so far, just surrendering 1 first down to this Cowboys offense. Walden in the shotgun. He's empty. Takes the snap, sweeps out to the left. Grizzlies in hot pursuit, hit and dumped. Bradley Bird was there and a couple other Grizzlies. Kyle Wagner shot through from his nose guard position. And 3rd and 12 turns into 4th and 17. And Wesley Oxy will have to come on to punt yet again for Southwest Guilford. Let me tell you, the offense and the play calling for the Cowboys tonight has simply just lacked creativity. It's pretty much been the same playbook of 4 to 5 plays the entire night so far. Oxy with his heels on the 2-yard line, takes the snap, boots it high up into the air. Bowler calls for a fair catch and takes it at the 44-yard line. Officials run in and mark it at the 43. So here come the Grizzlies. They started with the football here in the second half. And they'll have the ball with a first down and 10. 9:36 to go, third quarter, 37-0. Oak Grove leads, looking to pile on even more here in the second half.
For your children yet, if you look at the field there, Atrium Health representatives, athletic trainers.
So both Treadway and Anthony Giantasio are into the game. Giantasio's listed as quarterback 2 on the depth chart. 3-man defensive front from the Cowboys. 43-yard line, first and 10 for the Grizzlies, moving from left to right inside Cowboy territory. They split 2 receivers wide to the left. Damon Johnson lines up as the tight end to the right. Officials fly in, flag down. It'll be for a delay of game. So Southwest still doubling the penalty total. They've got 8. Oak Grove now with 4 after the delay of game penalty. Moves them back to the 48-yard line, first and 10 for Oak Grove. Treadway back in the shotgun, got 2 running backs set up behind him. Takes the snap, hands off Barnes, running left side across the 45 and down to the 42-yard line. That's where he's tracked down by Orr Jr. from his Sam linebacker position. Picked up 7 on the play, second down and 8 coming up for the Grizzlies.
Second and 8.
They lead at 37-0, 9:15 melting away here in the third quarter. Offensive coordinator Jared Rolfus and the Grizzlies, they slow down the tempo a bit here in the second half. Second and 8 from the 41. Treadway takes a snap on a straightaway give. It's Barnes. Reaches forward to the 40-yard line. Picked up a long yard. 3rd and 7 coming up now for Oak Grove. Saban Toomsa, the middle linebacker, made the tackle. The Grizzlies are eyeing the Southwest Guilford 34. Second down and 8 from the 41-yard line. Treadway takes a snap, 3-step drop, looks, now he steps up through the pocket. He'll tuck and run across the 35. He will slide after picking up the first down. Toomsa was there to snow him under. And the Grizzlies pick up a first down on Treadway's carry for 10 yards on second down and 8.
Jack starting at 7:30. Tobacco Road Sports brings you sports coverage and interviews with certain Cowboys, and of course,
Clock continues to run down to 8 minutes to play here in the third quarter. 37-zip Grizzlies on top in the season opener. Beautiful, humid night, though, here in High Point. Treadway motions 2 from right to left. That's Cromer and Johnson. Calls out for it. 1st and 10 from the 31. Takes the snap on the give up the middle. That's Jaden Glenn, not doing much. He's going to lose about 1.5 yards. We'll call it second down and 12. Southwest Guilford tackle made by Dawson Clark.
Official sports doctors and athletic trainers of the
That's the big man up front for Southwest Guilford. Him and Braden Cole. Clark at 6 foot 270.
And the sheets.
Treadway walks his way up to the line. Here come the Grizzlies on second down and 12 from the Cowboy 34. Johnson and Cromer from right to left again. Treadway's got it. Hands to Glenn. And another loss of 1 yard. Second, they're part in 3rd down and 13 coming up for Oak Grove. So we'll see with the lead that Oak Grove has right now, 37-0. If they allow Treadway to throw the ball down the field.
Representatives and the crowd guys selling their 50,
They've still got Anthony Giantasio in the backfield, along with Jaden Glenn. So Giantasio's 1 yard back and to the left of Treadway. Glenn is 1 yard to the right and back. Treadway takes a snap on 3rd and 13. He will drop and be dropped Sacked by Saban Tumsa, his first sack of the 2024 season. And on 4th down, Oak Grove will send out the punting unit. On 4th down and 20. Just our second look at Eli Fulcher as a punter today. Deep to return is Josiah Cheek for Southwest Guilford. The snap will come off the 44 from Drew Vanoy. Good one right to the chest of Fulcher. And it'll land into the hands of Cheek at the 10-yard line, running up the sideline to the 17. And that's where he's knocked down out of bounds by Stockstill. So the Grizzlies still in search of pitching this shutout to Southwest Guilford tonight, 37-0 here in the third quarter. 5:39 to play in the third.
20-yard line correction. The announcer erred, and he is deeply sorry for his misgivings.
So out of the sideline huddle into the line come the Cowboys on 1st down and 10. They'll officially mark it at the 20-yard line on their second drive of the second half. Cheek, the Wildcat quarterback in the gun, takes a snap, takes it wide to the right. A couple of the Grizzlies out there. They'll make the stop on the far side of the field. Called a strong pickup of 5 yards on the play. Long ways from here in the broadcast booth. Tackle out there made by Anthony Costello. 2nd down and 5 coming up for Southwest Guilford. Second and 5 from the 25-yard line. 5 minutes and moving, 37-0 Oak Grove. Cheek takes the snap again, still ushering himself to the right. And at the same exact spot, they continue to run into the boundary. Costello again on the tackle for Oak Grove. So 3rd and 5 now coming up for Southwest Guilford.
Cowboys pick up 1, 3rd and 4.
So Jalen Farrar comes out of the game. Skill position player for Southwest Guilford. And the quarterback checks back in, Jaden Walden.
Southeast in professionalism and expertise.
Walden, the shotgun. McCray lines up to his right on 3rd and 5 off the 25-yard line. Oak Grove points towards the offensive line, and yeah, they're going to get him for a false start. An undisciplined first 3 quarters for Southwest Guilford. They've been called for 9 penalties tonight. And a lot of them really hurting them. Few delay of game penalties. That's the first false start. Couple of encroachment penalties. Unsportsmanlike conducts, personal fouls. So now it's 3rd and 10 from the 20. Walden takes a snap. He's going to sweep to the left. Gets back to the 20. Jumps up into the air and is taken down by Costello at the 25. He picked up a lead block from his running back, Jeremiah McCray, so it's going to be 4th down and 5 for the Cowboys. So they will go for it. They're going to keep Oxy off of the sideline. And Jaden Walden will find himself into the huddle, out of the huddle and to the line come the Cowboys on 4th and 5 from their own 25-yard line. Walden takes a snap, rolls out right. Another flag down. This one's for early offensive movement against Southwest Guilford again. They've reached double-digit penalties now tonight. We're in the 3rd quarter. And now here comes the punting unit for Southwest Guilford. So on 4th down and 10, Wesley Oxy is out there to punt it away. The snap will come from Chendo Martin. Deep to return for Oak Grove is Kennedy and Bowler. They've both got their heels at the Oak Grove 45. Low snap, kick is away from Oxy. Bowler puts his right hand in the air, it smacks his chest and into his arms. And Oak Grove will take over on first down. Daniel Honeycutt off the field, a bit limpy for Oak Grove.
49-yard line. Could be right there at 50, guys.
So Oak Grove has officially decided to make the change at quarterback. But it's not Giantasio, it's Tristan Stiers taking over for Grayson Treadway with 2:54 to play in the third quarter, 37-0 Oak Grove. He takes a snap, gives over the left side to Barnes, makes a cut across the 45, splits defenders to the 40, and is taken down at the 38-yard line. The ball came out at the end of the play. However, the officials rush in and say, he was down first, and I believe it's Barnes that's on the field and injured right in front of his head coach, Rob Creason. Barnes gets to 1 foot, and Pogo sticks himself off the field. It gives the Grizzlies just a moment to get a new call from the sideline. So Tristan Stiers, 6-foot junior, 165-pounder, is in at quarterback. Got to watch the play clock here. It's already down to 10. 2:20 melting away here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 36. Stiers takes a low snap, gives over the left side. New running back in the ballgame for Oak Grove. And he's taken down after about a gain of 5 on the play. Blake Atkins gets his first carry of the night. Move the ball back about a yard. 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Grizzlies. Under 2 minutes to play third quarter. Stiers moves in closer to the line. Atkins to his right, Giantasio to the left. Motions Cromer from left to right on 2nd down and 6 from the 33. Stiers claps his hands, takes the snap, hands off Atkins, running right side, runs right into a Cowboy defender at the 30, and is spilled down at the 29. So Atkins carries for about 3 yards. 3rd down and a long 3 coming up here for Oak Grove. Just 60 seconds to play now in the third. Stiers has got the boys lined up on 3rd and 3 from the 29. He takes a snap, rolls out to his left. Pressure comes. Stiers the lefty, throws left. It is incomplete, intended for Giantasio. Stiers was flattened as he threw. Braden Cole was out there in pursuit of him.
48 seconds left in the third quarter. 4th down for the Grizzlies.
With 48 seconds to go here in the quarter, that is. 4th and 3 from the 29. They're going to bring Eli Fulcher in for what would be a long kick of 46 yards with the play clock dwindling down. Vanoy to snap, Ricky Bell to hold. Snap, spot, kick up, end over end. Kick is no good, just short from Eli Fulcher.
3-point attempt, no good for the Grizzlies.
And the score will stick at 37-0. So he's made one.
37 over the Cowboys.
37 yards out, misses this one from 46.
Special thanks to State Farm Insurance with State Farm Insurance. Let's try that one with Philip Pearson. Right across the street from Duck Donuts. Guys, huge contributor to Tobacco Road.
The Southwest Guilford offense taking the field with just 1 first down under their belt tonight. 41.3 seconds to play third quarter. 37-0 is the Oak Grove lead.
And of course, your beloved Renters Insurance. Guys, with all your insurance needs, go check out State Farm Insurance and Philip Pearson.
There is a lot of confusion on Southwest Guilford's side, let me tell you. They're unsure of where they're going to line the football up. Maybe it's on the officials, too, at this point. Yeah, because Fulcher missed the kick, the ball does reset to the 20-yard line. So it essentially works as a touchback. So here comes the Cowboys offense on 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Walden takes a snap, gives on an end around McCray. He is not going anywhere. He is dumped in the backfield. Anthony Costello was in there. Blake Stockstill in there as well. That's a loss of 5 on 1st down. 2nd down and 15 will be coming up for Southwest Guilford.
2nd and 15, let's call it.
And unless they get their giddy up moving here on 1st and 15, they're going to take this to the 4th quarter. With 5 seconds to go, the offense is lined up with Jaden Walden as the quarterback, and will take it to quarter number 4. 37-0, Oak Grove leads. Bit of a stale quarter offensively after the electric start. It was Treadway to Sam Bennett, 64 yards, just 21 seconds into the quarter on a screen pass. That was our only scoring in quarter number 3. 37-0 Oak Grove. Back in just a moment on the Oak Grove Audio Network. Three quarters down, 37-0 Oak Grove. As Southwest Guilford takes themselves to the line on 2nd down and 15. Walden takes the snap, hands off up the middle. There goes McCray. He's across the 25 and up to the 29-yard line. So a gain of 14 on 2nd and 15. They'll be just a yard shy. The Oak Grove tackle made by Hunter Lewis.
We got 2nd and, it's a 1st down for the Cowboys.
The officials, again, a little late movement. They'll move them forward and they'll give them a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now for Southwest Guilford. 37-0 Oak Grove as we start this 4th quarter. The 2nd 1st down of the day. Walden takes the snap. It's McCray up the middle. He is hit and taken down after driving forward. A gain of a few on the play. Hunter Lewis again on the stop. Gain of 5. 2nd down and 5 coming up for Southwest.
4-yard pickup for the Cowboys.
They spotted at the 35-yard line. Out of the huddle and to the line come the Cowboys. They run the strong pistol formation. One running back behind the quarterback, one off to the left. Walden takes a snap on a triple option, gives up the middle. McCray, he is stopped by Stockstill after a gain of a yard. So 3rd and 4 coming up for the Cowboys from their own 36-yard line.
3rd and 4. Just as a teaser, if you have your 50-50 raffle, the first number.
Couple different Grizzlies in there now. Alex Costello still in the ballgame. Walden takes a snap on 3rd and 4. Fakes to give, sweeps around the left side. He is hit and dropped shy of the 1st down marker. He needed the 40. He got up to about the 38.5-yard line. Stockstill again in there on the stop for the Grizzlies. Cohen Heron in there as well.
4th and 1, the ball did move.
So they'll try to go power on power. 4th down and a long yard for Southwest Guilford from their own 39-yard line. Walden in the shotgun. Orr off to his left. Behind him is McCray. And the back judge just threw a flag. It's going to be against Southwest. Braden Cole jumped early. He left his three-point stance and went right back into it. That's the 11th penalty now tonight against Southwest. 11 penalties in week number 1. You think you've got a laundry list of things to clean up after what will be a multi-possession loss for the Cowboys. Penalties has got to be number 1 for them. So 4th down now and a long 6 from their own 34-yard line. Walden back in the shotgun. Got a man in motion left to right. Fakes the pitch. Walden runs out to his right. Edging it out is Heron. He will be there to bring him down. Nice job by Cohen Heron to stretch that play out, force Walden all the way to the field side, and the tackle was finally made by Hunter Lewis. And Oak Grove will take over. Tristan Stiers will still be in the game as quarterback for Oak Grove on 1st down and 10 from the 34-yard line. Blake Atkins will be the running back behind him in the pistol set. Motion from left to right goes Tuttle. Stiers takes the snap, hands off Atkins. He is twirled down. That's a loss of 2 yards on the play. Xavier Smith made the tackle for the Cowboys, but there is a Cowboy down and injured in the Oak Grove backfield. That is Josiah Cheek, and cramps have certainly been an issue throughout the night tonight with the humidity here at this field. It has been bad. I'll tell you what, it is hot up here in the broadcast booth too. 37-0 Oak Grove though, 9:06 to play in the 4th quarter. The Oak Grove Audio Network and this broadcast, it is still proudly sponsored by Mansell Realty, your hometown real estate experts. Whether you're buying, selling, or just looking for advice, Mansell Realty is here to help you along the way. Visit us at mansellrealty.com to get started. Go Oak Grove Grizzlies. Tonight's game is also sponsored by Grind Daily Coffee. Come on down to Grind Daily Coffee in Midway for 10% off your order when you mention this ad, or tell them Zach from Oak Grove sent you. Everything from smoothies to espresso, Grind Daily Coffee has got you covered. Josiah Cheek back to his feet. He'll take the ginger walk off the field with water bottle in hand. And here comes the Grove on 2nd down and 12. Stiers walks up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 12 from the Cowboy 36, up 37-0. Tuttle in motion from left to right. Stiers takes a snap. Atkins is smacked in the backfield. As soon as Stiers got the handoff, there were 3 Cowboys just blitzing into the face of Atkins. That's a loss of 3 yards. 3rd and 15 now for the Grizzlies. Give Wesley Oxy credit for the tackle. Stiers calls out the signals, and I think Oak Grove was the first to move this time. Charlie Ball looked like he got an early start, the 5'11" junior. That is the case. So 3rd and 15 turns into 3rd and 20. Now at the 45-yard line. On 3rd and 20 from the 45, Stiers back in the shotgun, calls out for it. Claps his hands, now looks to the sideline. Gets a different call from offensive coordinator Jared Rolfus. Stiers with 5 on the play clock. Got to go if you're Oak Grove. Calls out for it. There's the snap. The lefty's back. He spins it across the middle. It is incomplete off the right hand of Gavin Callahan.
Pass incomplete, 4th and long.
So 4th down and 20 now for Oak Grove. Eli Fulcher on to punt it away. 7:58 to play 4th quarter. 37-0 Oak Grove. However, just 6-0 here in the second half. The Grizzlies went to the locker room up 31-0. Fulcher on to punt. Good snap. Kick is away. Bounces inside the 20, bounces inside the 15, and lands at the 12 down to our left. Jeremiah Patton was deep to return for Southwest Guilford. It's week 1, and there's a lot of kinks to be worked out. And I'll tell you what, you see Carson Williams in a full 4 quarters of play against a team of maybe more superior competition, and you're going to see just how explosive this Oak Grove offense actually is. Cowboys offense back on the field for another crack at it. They're just looking to get on the scoreboard at this point. 37-0 Oak Grove with 7:47 to play in the 4th quarter.
Marvelous marching bands, 50-50 raffle for tonight's game.
Before Southwest can get started, they have been flagged for another delay of game penalty. That is number 12 on Southwest Guilford. You look at this game recap, you're going to look back to the fact that not only could their offense get nothing started, but the penalty department tonight. So the Cowboys with Walden in the shotgun on 1st and 15 from their own 10-yard line. He takes the snap, rolls out right, wants to throw into the flat. It is caught by Oxy at the 15, taken down at the 16-yard line by Heron.
How much was the raffle winning amount again?
Good pickup on the play. It's going to be about 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Cowboys. They need their own 20 to move the chains for the 2nd time tonight.
I have a 6 something something. I got 672 or 572. And I bought the last
7:15 and rolling away here in the 4th quarter. 37-0 Oak Grove. As the Cowboys come back to the line with Jaden Walden, their quarterback. 5'7", 140-pounder. Takes the snap, gives around the left side. Ball's loose, it's on the ground. Jalen Farrar lost it, picked it back up, and he is dumped. The Grizzlies have been all over him, and I'll tell you what, Cohen Heron did not start this game, but he has been fantastic as a reserve tonight, playing almost the entirety of the 4th quarter, 2nd half of the 3rd. And he has made 4 outstanding tackles, including that last one. He wasn't able to pick the ball up off the ground, but he did locate Farrar and wrestle him down. 3rd and 15 now for the Cowboys. Ball lined up at the 10. Walden calls for it, takes the snap, fakes to give. He's back to throw, throws middle. It is incomplete, swatted down. Defensive backfield by David Whittington.
No good.
Attempted for Oxy.
We got 4th and 12.
So on 4th and 15, Oxy, who was just deep, intended for the pass, he'll be called upon to punt it away again. And Oak Grove doesn't even have a man deep back there. Chendall Martin will snap it back. There's the punt from Oxy. It'll bounce at the 40 and revert back to the 41 after it looked like it was going to go further down the field. Bounced at the 41, back to the 43, back up into the air to the 41. And Oak Grove will take over the football again, leading 37-0. 6:06 to play in the fourth quarter. And this one's under wraps. Oak Grove will be heading back to the den 1-0. Early look into their game next week. They'll be at West Forsyth. Bit more of a challenge as Stiers takes a snap, but there is a whistle ahead of time. And Oak Grove will be whistled for a false start penalty.
5-yard penalty. 1st and 15 for the Grizzlies.
$37-0 Oak Grove, 6:06 to play as they get set up on offense. Tuttle motions left to right. Stiers takes a snap, gives up the middle, going to pick up about a yard or two. Constantly switching running backs in there right now. Alex Moore got that carry. Maybe got a yard. We'll call it 2nd down and 14 for the Grizzlies. Smith made the tackle for the Cowboys. Oak Grove now taking as much time as they can. Early on in this ball game, it was a pumped-up defensive front for Southwest Guilford. I'll tell you what, they lost all of their juice after that first touchdown was scored. Tuttle motions right to left. Stiers takes a snap, gives to Moore up the middle. He's got some space across the 40 and inches his way down to the 36-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup for Alex Moore, the longest run of his varsity career. 3rd down and a short 5 coming up for Oak Grove. They'll continue to chew this clock here in the fourth quarter. Second half so far, 6-0, 31-0 in the first half for the Grizzlies. 3 Carson Williams touchdown runs, Sam Bennett 38 yards from Grayson Treadway, and then Eli Fulcher a kick. Tuttle motions left to right on 3rd and 15. Half of the line decided to go, half of the line did not. And Oak Grove called for yet another false start penalty. So even the 7 penalties for Oak Grove will likely be an itch on the back for Rob Creason. It's not quite the 12 for Southwest Guilford, but 7 penalties when it comes to the Grizzlies. And yeah, a lot of them have been in chew time at this point for Oak Grove, but you'd like to not have these excess penalties at the end of the game. Stiers walks his way up to the line, 4:10 and moving on 3rd and 9 now for the Grizzlies. Stiers takes a snap, rolls out left, ball's just in his left hand. He will tuck and run across the 40 and hit hard as he gets to the boundary at the 36. He certainly did get hit hard right when he hit the sideline. Patton made the stop. 4th and 4 for Oak Grove. And here comes Fulcher yet again for the Grizzlies. I thought that they would go for this and at least get these reserves a couple extra snaps and some crunch time on 4th down and 4. Maybe let Stiers air it out a little bit. Fulcher is on to punt it away. He stands at the Cowboy 49. The snap will come from Vinoy off the 36. Referees will whistle in. Oak Grove calls timeout.
Don't forget, next week the Cowboys are back in action, but on the road, RJ Reynolds and time is 7 p.m.
3:17 to go here in the fourth quarter. 37-0 Oak Grove. And Southwest Guilford enjoying the routine from the sideline cheer team at this point. Trying to pick up some smiles from the Cowboy faithful down in front of us.
There in the stand. Never miss another game with literally all sports class.
So Fulcher back in punt formation now. Looks like the Cowboys are going to bring a full-on pressure. Fulcher gets the punt away. He is run into, no flag. It will bounce once at the 15, veer toward the sideline, and find itself out around the 9. And with 3:06 to go in the fourth quarter, the Cowboys one more crack at it. They look to avoid being shut out.
3:06 remaining in the game. Cowboys start on the 7-yard line.
The official mark after the kick sets the ball up at the 7.
Don't forget, Coach Conley will be will be head coach of the
Zayden Wilson comes into play quarterback now for Southwest. Lots of changes expected with the 37-0 lead here. Wilson takes a snap, hands off over the left side to McCray. He is hit quickly in the backfield. Tackle made by Jalen Watson for Oak Grove. Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8 for the Cowboys, now sitting on the left hash mark. The ball at the 10-yard line. .2:30 to go. Wilson back in the shotgun. He takes a snap on a handoff up the middle. It's McCray again. Oak Grove all over it once again. Watson in there on the tackle. Whittington in there on the tackle as well. Pickup of another chunk play on 2nd down. 3rd and 2 coming up for the Cowboys from the 16-yard line. Wilson takes a snap on a give to McCray up the middle. Now veers off to the left side, picks up a 1st down before Oak Grove decided to finally wrestle him to the turf. Aiden Murphy led the tacklers from a safety position that time.
1:38 remaining. Kiddos, don't forget, if you have not called mom or dad or special friend, aunt, uncle, whoever to come get you, now would be a really good time. Other than that one, guys, make sure we pick up as we leave tonight. Oh my.
Wilson back in the shotgun, takes a snap, rolls out to the right, throws incomplete. Jeremiah McCray, the intended target on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. 1:19 to play 4th quarter, 37-0 Oak Grove. In what has now been a 2-hour plus game. Cowboys go straight to the line. Grizzlies match them. Wilson back in the shotgun. McCray lines up behind it. Wilson takes a snap. Misdirection in the backfield. Can't decide where to go. He is going to get run down and sacked. Oak Grove sent Tyson Keaton after him from his linebacker position, and the Grizzlies come down with the sack now, forcing a 3rd and 19.
3rd and, let's say, 17.
Under a minute to play, and Oak Grove was going to take this one. The last time that Southwest Guilford was shut out was right here on this field in their final game of the 2023 season by a final score of 24-0. They scored just 25 points in their last 3 games last season. Wilson back in the gun. Hall Ellen motion from right to left. He flips it out left side. This is McCray to the first pylon, and then he's shoved out of bounds. Logan Whitlow over there to help on the stop. 24 seconds rolling away. So Southwest Guilford in back-to-back games dating back to the end of the 2023 season has scored 0 points in their last 2 ball games. And Oak Grove, each of the last 4 years, has taken the season opener from Southwest. The 2 teams will head back to their sidelines. They will line up at the middle of the field to say job well done, job better done on this day by the Oak Grove Grizzlies as they take it 37-0. Rob Creason picks up a W to open up this 2024 season. And the Grizzlies, since the initiation of this school, have been nothing but absolutely fantastic on the football field.
Game day sponsorship, but of course sponsoring Tobacco Road Sports for coming in and taking care of us the way they have.
Now into this season, their overall record as a high school, 51-17. And yes, it was a bit of a stale second half for this team, but they do take it by a final score of 37-0. We will recap the scoring quickly. Well, it was a slow start for Oak Grove. They didn't get that spark that we had gotten used to seeing a year ago. And then Carson Williams said, you know what, I'm the dude on this team. Rushing touchdowns of 4 yards, 38 yards, and 5 yards in the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, 38 yards from Grayson Treadway to Sam Bennett to make it 28-0. And then at the end of the first half, it was Eli Fulcher, a 37-yard field goal, 31-0 into the break. And then on the first play of the second half for Oak Grove, Treadway to Sam Bennett on a screen pass out to the left side of the field, split defenders, and carried it all the way into the end zone, 64 yards in just 21 seconds. And Oak Grove took the final after the missed extra point, 37-0. Well, the penalties were a big issue tonight for Southwest Guilford. Also for Oak Grove, the Grizzlies were tabbed with 7 flags. Southwest Guilford, however, 12. And most of them that is, on those 12 penalty flags, were much more impactful than it was for the Grizzlies. Next up for Southwest Guilford, they will be on the road at Reynolds, and for Oak Grove, they will be on the road at North Forsyth High School. One more road game for the Grizzlies before they take it back home to the Den for their 2024 home opener. Final score tonight, Oak Grove 37 and Southwest Guilford 0. From here in High Point, Zach Linfield, game 1 underneath our belts. Everybody, so glad that we had everybody along saying good night after a 37-0 final.